People has cast aspersion on me for my philanthropy, mocked at me, saying that I'm doing all for my political gain, for my popularity, for my fame. But God is the living witness. Today, I'm doing this because I understand that this life is meaningless. This life on earth is preparation for our eternity.
Welcome to Dimapur today once again. Today we have a very special guest with us. And he was appointed by the governor of Nagaland as the chairman of NHHDC, that is Nagaland Handloom and Handicraft Development Corporation. That is equivalent to a state minister, and at the age of 25. And he was also the former vice chairman of Dimapur Lotha. तो आमी खान আজি এনেকা young age কেনেকা তাই এনেকা achieve কৰিছে. At the same time, he's a philanthropist. তাই বেছি social service, social welfare লা কাম খান কৰি. তো আমি খান আস্তে আস্তে জানিব. Yes, Dr. Roland, welcome to Dimapur today.
Thank you for having me in your program, Mr. Jivan.
Okay, let's know about how you got appointed at the age of 25 as the chairman of one department.
Well, I was very young, but a former Chief Minister of Nagaland, Dr. S.C. Jamir, he thought that I am worthy of that position as a young man. So I give my gratitude. I'm absolutely gratified even today for the service that he has enabled me to serve, the position that he has given me to serve the people of Nagaland. Thank you.
So we have also come to learn that you had contested some Lok Sabha MP elections those days.
Yeah, I contested Lok Sabha, I think 12 Lok Sabha election, and I did reasonably well. So heralding in politics as a young man, and thereafter people started to recognize me as a politician. And I have come thus far in my roller coaster life, not even as a politician, but as a philanthropist, a social worker, and as a businessman. So my life is a mixture of everything.
So what was your age those days when you contested for the first time?
Well, I contested at the age of 25, but the Lok Sabha was dissolved in a short while. I think it has lasted few months. Thereafter, Lok Sabha election was called, whereby I was invited by Dr. S.C. Jamir to have a talk with him. He wanted to know my mind where I'm contesting the Lok Sabha election. And after our discussion, maybe he was convinced that I should be used to serve the people in the capacity of chairman, Nagaland Handloom Handicraft Development Corporation, which is equivalent to a state minister. So that was my experience in a bureaucratical hierarchy.
Okay, sir. Philanthropist. Itu philanthropy kam kan dofni bisi kuriginas. Recently, we have come to see a post of yours in social media. अपनी एक ता हाथ पूछी जाए कि ना था का एक ता अमा एक चुन की मदद कुराला. Can we know little story about it, please?
Well, one night, it was about 12:30. I went to buy a medicine in near Dimapur Civil Hospital. So there was an old mother and a man screaming. In fact, the young man was screaming in excruciating pain. And the mother was also not looking very well. She looked frail, and both of them were in a very agonizing state. So obviously, I was prompted to go near them. So I went a little bit near to them and asked, has anything wrong with you, mother? So the old mother said, well, we have come to Dimapur for my son treatment, whose both hands are rotting. It was absolutely stinking. It was really, foul smell was coming. And I saw a worm coming out of the hand as well. So I understood that all is not well. So I asked, can I do anything for you? And actually, what happened to you? So the mother said, we come for treatment all the way from Assam. But the doctor said that it cannot be treated here because the wound is something beyond treatment. So we are staying here overnight to catch the next train tomorrow early morning. So maybe tonight we are going to put up here, we sleep over here, and we leave to catch the next train to Assam. Maybe, I don't know the destination, but somewhere Parapatha or I'm not very, vivid about that place. So I said, well, even if you go tomorrow, I think in such a position, you don't look to be very well. So do your son. So in this condition, if you go, nothing is going to, help. You both will be in a, very big problem because you are not well, you are sick. So also your son, hand is rotting. But who can help us, my son? The mother said. So, well, I said, I want to help you if you are willing. The mother was absolutely stunned because at that point of time, somebody offering help. At that point of time, they were helpless and nobody came forward. And obviously, the mother was shocked. I said, come, wake up. I'll help you. I supported the son who was in a very pathetic physical condition, could hardly walk, could hardly speak. And I held the son and took him to the hospital in the emergency ward. Then I requested the doctor, can you please take care of this patient? The doctor said, sir, he cannot be treated here. Moreover, a lot of money required to support his treatment. So even though we want to give him treatment, since the medicines are very costly and the wound is in such a horrific condition, so we thought that we can, we just send them back. I said, well, doctor, I will take care of all the expenditures if you are willing to treat the patient. The doctor, after thinking for a while, okay, if you pay for the expenditures, we will do the needful. We will try our best. So that night, I brought the medicine which was prescribed by the doctor, a lot of medicine that night itself. And the hand was clean, the wound was coming out from both the hands, and it was stinging so bad. But I'm very grateful to the doctor and the nurses for taking care of that young man who was, really suffering because of the, rotting hand, because of pathetic, situation that the young man was into. So that night, I told the doctor, whatever expenditure is incurred, following the treatment of this young man, I will bear it. So please take care. So cutting short everything, I took care of the young man as well as the mother. That night they had not even had food. So I ran to the railway station. I bought puri, I bought tea, and then I come back and fed both of them. So thereafter they got little strength, and that night on, the treatment followed for 3 months. So after 3 months, the man whose hand was rotting recovered fully, and I dropped them thereafter to the railway station, and the rotting hand was healed and waved me goodbye. I was absolutely, tremendously pleased to see, both the mother and the son smiling, waving at me, and going home healed. So that is the story.
Yeah, this story was viral in social media. Yes, আমি can be to link পাঠাই দিব আৰু photos can be দেখাব. Okay, so we have also come to learn that besides your other activities, you also look after homeless, destitutes. Can we know a little bit about how you are doing?
Well, I am supporting about 100 children who are not able to go to school by sponsoring their studies. Because if we want to build a good future, we must build life. This is my belief. So I thought that instead of just giving a lip service, if I am able to take care of few children, these children may one day grow up to be a good citizens, and they do the same that I have done to them. Because when you do good to others, it goes on. They also do the same. But if you just preach, it's just sound and fury signifying nothing. So when you want to do something good, you should also take up the responsibility. Just as you preach, you should also do what you are able to do. This is my belief. So I also, has started to construct a school to support the poor children who could not afford to go to school. The construction is going on in Sidikima. I hope by next year I will be able to kickstart a school so that I'll be able to support children who have no parents, also those children who could not afford to go to school, who has no one to support. That's how I want to, contribute to our society. The little thing that I can do, it's not something that I say with pride, but I could do this by the grace of God, and I'm very thankful to God for what I'm able to do, the little things that I could do. And as well, I'm constructing hospital, nephrology basically. Because where I started to construct this hospital, it's been a long time that I have started construction, but for 2 years there was a pandemic. So the masons, the mysteries, they left. Now I have started again after all these SOPs were lifted by the government partially, and gradually the SOPs are being lifted. So I hope that by in a year time, I will be able to, kickstart the hospital in whatever small way I can. Actually, where I said nephrology, this kidney dialysis, this is basically because many young people that I have seen who could not afford kidney dialysis, they die. So if they do the kidney dialysis religiously, without failing, even with religious, with routine dialysis without failing the, what the doctor advised, they can live to several years. But because of lack of support, because of our weak economy, young men, young women, Many people that I have seen died, lost their precious life because of lack of support. See, like kidney dialysis in a month costs 50,000. Now, for someone to offer 50,000 for kidney dialysis is, it's a huge donation. It's a huge gift. But people cannot give 50,000 regularly on a regular basis, on a monthly basis. Like there is one instance that I want to tell you. There was one young man who was just 24 years of age, and the wife was about 21. That son, a child, who was just about 1.5 years. Now, the driver could not do the kidney dialysis as advised by the doctor because he was earning hardly 200, 300 rupees per day. So he could not support his dialysis. Maybe he does once or twice a month. So I also helped the young man, but within 2 years, he lost his life. And I was really grief-stricken on hearing the news that the young man was no more, leaving behind such a young child and a young wife. And again, also I come across a young woman in her late 20s, no one to support her dialysis. So she also could not do the regular dialysis as advised by the doctor. So she also lost her life. So thereafter I thought, well, the young man and women are losing their life for lack of support. So if I do the little thing that I'm able to do, I can save life. Now, for instance, if there was a dialysis, a charitable hospital like that I'm initiating to build, those two young men that I'm talking about would have been supported dialysis for several years. In the process, by the time the children grow up and do their graduation or till they find the donor, the child will grow. And even if they find a genuine donor, somebody will donate kidney and transplantation can take place and they can save their life. But when they cannot even do dialysis because of lack of economic support from, any quarter, the worst thing happened in that state. So I thought if I have this nephrology hospital, I can save life. So with boldness, I initiated to construct this hospital. I hope that my dream will come true so that many young lives and many poor lives can be saved. This is my dream, and I hope that it will come true.
Yes, sir. Amigan Janisi, one of your favorite quote is walk the talk. So can we know why it is your favorite quote?
Well, basically, when it comes to rendering support, help, we lack. I feel that when we say something, it should be manifested in deeds. Most of the time, we Nagas, we speak very well in a meeting or, when it comes to giving promises, but we fail to fulfill the promises that we make. So I personally feel that when you say something, you should also do it. So I mean that when you say something, you should also do it. So I say we should walk the talk, not merely just say something because we want to say it, but you must also do it. This is basically what I mean. Yeah.
Okay, sir. At the age of 25, you was appointed as the chairman of NHDC, and you had also contested Lok Sabha election, MP election, and now you are philanthropist kam khan kuriase. Okay, and itu bishide itia apni yes, for an information, manuhan bishi bhabi thaibo pare tai man kam kuriase, hospital banao lase, school banao lase, man charitable kam khan kuriase, hundreds of needy students khan ke sase taila source of income ki ase bhabi thaibo pare manuhan bishi. Yes, tai itia doile first class 1 contractor ase. Yes, I think I'm right.
Yeah, I'm a class 1 contractor by designation. Well, but I also have loan in the bank, and I also have debts in the hardware shops. Well, because when you construct, without that you cannot continue. So, well, see, where I help people, it's not because I'm very sufficient. But when you help people, when you think that I will help people when I'm sufficient, you will not be able to help people till the end of your life. Because human wants are unlimited. So by the time that you realize that it's time for me to help people, because now I've grown old, maybe you may have not, that may be the last time, or maybe, you may not be as agile, as active as, you were once. So I feel that when we want to help people, when there is an opportunity for us to extend forward our hand in whatever little way, I think in spite of our struggle, in spite of, our life difficulties, in spite of having debts or loans or whatever, because life is all about struggle. We will never have enough until we die. Because, as I said, human wants are unlimited. So it's not because I'm having so much that I'm giving out. But I just feel that life is very short. And if I think that I will help people when I have sufficient, then I will not be able to, I will not never have enough till the end of my life. And this is why I made a decision that whenever I find people who are helpless, who are downtrodden, who needs my help, come along my way, cross my path, I shall not ignore them. So, as I said, I have loans also. I have debts, and this is how I continue in spite of all, yeah.
Which
So,
means
yeah.
like, you're struggling.
I-
You have your struggles also.
I have my share of struggle. Everybody struggle in life. Yeah, because you see, like it's about the heart. When you want to help people, so I see one people who has just 100 rupees. Now somebody came for some kind of assistance, and I know that he don't have money. But in spite of having just 100 rupees, he gave away 50 rupees. So if somebody has 1,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees, if he don't give away to help somebody, it is a material for the one who is suffering. But for the one who's suffering, if he give away 50 rupees from 100 rupees, it makes difference in the one who is struggling. Maybe that 50 rupees can save a life. Now, if somebody is sick, and during that point of time, a small injection costing 10 rupees can save his life. But after he's dead, he cannot be resuscitated. He cannot be revived even after injecting or administering a medicine costing crores of rupees. So to help somebody during the needful hour is really important. And this is what I believe. Therefore, I feel that our help may not be huge or colossal. It may not be very substantial, but sometimes our small help during that needful time can save life. And I think that really matters in, that is very important.
Okay, sir. Now you are grown up, you're a successful man, and you are helping people in various way. Okay, sir. Can we know like you're struggling this at the early age, those days? Somewhere we have come to learn that you really had a tough time during your college days, school days. So can we know a little bit in short?
Well, I lost my grandfather and my grandmother at a very young age. I was in the village, and my grandmother took care of me. When I lost my grandmother, it was like that has really shocked me. It has really given me the toll that I never knew, I never thought that we die until I saw my grandmother, dead. It is really, saddened me too much. that I still vividly remember how sad I was. So thereafter, my mother came from the town. My father and my mother were, staying in Medzipima, Dimapur. And after the demise of my grandma, my mother came and took care of me. I was in the village because I was, I think, in class 6. After I completed my class 6, maybe my parents decided to take me to Lotha for my high school. So my mother also passed away when I was so young. I think I was hardly 12. And that also have shaken my life. I was so dejected after I lost my mother. And then, having lost your mother is not easy. I believe for anyone, not only me. Then I struggled my life. My father married another wife, stepmother, the stepmother, and I left home and I struggled my life. When I lost my, mother, as I said, life was again not easy, and not very long after I lost my mother, again I lost my father. So life was a lot of tragedy stricken as far as my life is concerned. Then I married a wife who loved me, who nurtured me, who became my father, who became my mother, and who has, took all responsibility of my life and decided to peel me. So at the time, she fell in love with me. I deeply in love with her. She was in the college, PA first year, PA final year, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, PA final year. And I was class 10 dropout. Then we decided to elope because her parents rather were not agreeable because I was too young to be a father at the time. So that responsibility, they could not, trust that their daughter can be taken care by a young boy who is just 16 years old. So obviously, I can understand, my wife, parents' apprehension. So we decided to elope, and my wife built my life. She said, "My dear, you appear your matriculation. You have it in you. Well, I have already done my graduation. You are yet to do your matriculation, and one day you will be very saddened." So she supported me. She said, "You must study." So I thought, okay, well, let me try. So under her guidance, her support, encouragement, I appeared my class 10 exam and I passed. And she said, the class 10 is not enough. You must still pursue your studies. So I pursued my studies. I did my 12. I did my PA Sociology Honors. Then I did my Master of Arts in Public Administration. I did my law also. I did journalism. I did PD, MD, and Doctor of Divinity. So my wife really supported me in building me the way that I have evolved today. So it's not because I'm good, but it's because of someone who has faith in me that I could do it. So I attribute all my life, whatever little success that I have attained, to my late wife, whom I loved so much, and who loved me to death. Now after that, we never thought that her life will cut so short. My wife unexpectedly passed away, and that has devastated me. My life has gone haywire. I was in total disarray. I thought that after the demise of my father and mother, my life was going good, and to see the death of my wife was something that I cannot believe. My world come crumbling down. I have lost interest to live when I saw the still body the stillness of the quietness, the nonchalant face of my wife, not breathing anymore. I really cried when I lost my wife. Nothing enriched my life anymore, because I never knew that life could be so cruel. Well, all my dreams, all my visions have come crumbling down. I have no interest in life, because whatever in life that we discuss, to go around the world together, to do philanthropy together, to help the poor children, to help the destitute, the widows. No, I was left all alone to think about all this plan that we made together. So it really destroyed me emotionally. But my son was there. My son said, "Daddy, don't be disheartened. I am part of Mommy. I love you so much. Look unto me. Look up to my face and visualize it. I'm a part of Mommy. Think that Mommy is in me, and you will not be saddened. I am part of Mommy. One day I will grow up, and I will give you 12 children. I will marry someone of your choice. The 11 children will surround you and give you a lot of happiness. I will make a football team. One will be reserved." That way he was trying to please me. He was trying to make me happy. And he used to sing a song for me when my life was totally in depression. I was totally frustrated. He used to sing a song for me. "God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He works in ways we cannot see. He will make a way for me." That song my son used to sing when I was in total dejection, when I was in real desperation. My son said, "Daddy, don't be sad. I love you so much, even though Mommy is no more. We will work together hand in hand, and I will be your strength. I will be your pillar." So, looking unto his face, I thought that I should live again. I thought that I will forget my sorrow for the sake of my son. My son and me, we used to hold each other hand and pray every night, every morning. One day my son said, "Daddy, I'll go to Delhi. I will pursue my studies. I'll come back and we will work together once again. Where we will work together as you visioned, as you dreamed with, along with my mommy. Whatever you dreamed with mom, we will fulfill those dreams together." So I was very pleased. I was happy thinking that my son will be my support base. Even though I'm saddened, my son always used to be my, encouragement. And I don't want to show my, face, my sad face. I don't want to show my son my depression, because I know that he will be very destroyed. He will be totally crestfallen. So I put up a brave face so that my son and me can live a normal life. Even though I lost my wife, he lost his mother. One fine morning, my son called me up from Delhi saying, "Daddy, I'm coming next week, and I will not go back to Delhi anymore. I will be with you always. I will be your strength. I will be your support. And whatever you and Mommy dream, we shall fulfill together those dreams." And then we create jokes. We were more like a friends, because at the age of 17, I already was a daddy. So we were more like a friends, not as a father and son. So we understood each other, we love each other, and we shared the same dreams. Just as I share the dreams with her mommy, with my wife, with his mommy rather. The same evening, my son was so in such an exuberant mood. He was so happy. He called me up and said, Daddy, I'm coming home next week. The same evening, I got a call from his friend. Sir, your son is no more. Your son has passed away. That day, I don't know what happened to me. I have stopped existing. I lost all interest in life. Rather, I ceased to exist. I became insane. Because at a very young age, I lost my grandmother who took care of me. I lost my mother. I lost my dad. I lost my beloved wife. And the one that I looked upon, my most beloved son, passed away. Life is not fair. Even to this day, thinking of my son, it breaks my heart. That very evening that I heard from his friend that your son has passed away, I tell you, I became insane. My world ended. My world was destroyed when I lost my wife. My world ended when I lost my son. My son was flown back to Nagaland in a coffin. When I opened the coffin, when I saw the face of my son, I was so heartbroken. I remembered what he told me. Daddy, I'm coming home. Daddy, we will work together. Daddy, don't be sad. Even though mommy is no more, I'm with you. All those words that he talked to me, I recalled. I think about it, looking him sleeping in the coffin, saying nothing, has really broken me. Even today, I cannot accept the harsh reality. That is too cruel to face. My son, he sang that song, God will make a way where there seems to be no way. I was looking into the coffin and I was singing the song, literally. Is this the life that I have to face? People may not understand why I have become so emotional and so much into saving human lives, so much into philanthropy, because I know that life is very short. We are full of pride. We tend to judge. We never understand people, how much they are struggling, but we tend to judge them. We pass judgment. We condemn them. But we should not. If we are in their shoes, we will understand how difficult situation they are going through. Even people has cast aspersion on me for my philanthropy, mocked at me, saying that I'm doing all for my political gain, for my popularity, for my fame. But God is the living witness. Today, I'm doing this because I understand that this life is meaningless. This life on earth is preparation for our eternity. We eat, we sleep, we grow old, we die. Even animals do the same. We should be different from animals. We should be different because God has created us to make difference in someone's life, to wipe the tears, to bring smile instead of judging one another. We must help one another. If we cannot speak good things about others, at least we must not speak ill of others. We must build a better place, knowing that this life on earth is very temporal. We tend to always fight among ourselves. We always tend to have animosity between us for silly reason. It's not worth. We have little time to laugh. Life is very short. Let us understand that and make this world a better place.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I have one question with you. Okay, that is, sir, can you please pass on one message for the youths of Nagaland?
Well, young people of Nagaland, my son had a dream to do something good for humanity, to change life. He died at a very young age before fulfilling his dreams. You are so lucky, you are so fortunate to be alive and to dream. Thank God every day for your life. And whatever dream that you may have, don't give up. Be persistent. Believe in yourself. The life that you have is so precious. God has given to you. And I know that He will fulfill your heart's desire if you do not give up. The moment you give up your dreams, that is the day you die. So don't give up your dreams so that one day your dreams may come true. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us, and we believe this your message will motivate thousands of youths of Nagaland and across the world. Thank you so much, everyone. Please do follow up and please do subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
God
if you are inspired or motivated today, we'd also leave the contact number or email of our Dr. Roland. You can contact him. You can seek his guidance, advices, and all sorts. Thank you. And also, you can be a part of his mission of philanthropy. Thank you.